Hey friends, so we're going to do something a little different tonight, and this video is going to be a little bit odd angle wise because I'm actually going to talk to you about something that sits at the top of my wall in my garage. I want to introduce you to PIVO 15. It's a story about a car. I have no idea what PIVO 15 means, and I've never seen the car. So bear with me as I walk us through this story, okay? All right, so on with the story of PIVO 15. Okay, so it's a car I've never seen. I have no idea what PIVO 15 means. I've heard PIVO is a beer from southeastern Europe. I'm not sure where this car's been. Who knows? So right at the beginning of the pandemic, right when everything was pretty fresh and scary. I had an opportunity to go years ago. I knew a guy named Bob Painter, really cool old guy, owned Continental Motors in outside of Alamogordo, New Mexico, between Holloman Air Force Base and Alamogordo. It was really cool Volkswagen shop. He had worked on Volkswagens forever, and I used to deal with him when I had a 62 Vert. But Bob passed away quite a few years ago, about a decade ago. And while I was in Italy, you know, a bunch of the cars got crushed, the classic sad story of stuff, you know, people's lifelong collection passing on. Well, one day I heard about his shop being cleaned out, and it had already been really picked over, but I had the opportunity to go through and just buy some stuff. You know, I'll tell you the story of some wheels that I got off the roof some other time. But one of the things that I picked up was all of the glass that Bob had in a stash. He had vertical shelving built into the side of his shop on one of the walls, and I just bought out all of the glass. I think I paid like 35, 40 bucks, something like that. I mean, the whole thing that day I spent like $100 and got a couple grand worth of pretty cool old stuff. So but the story of this glass, as I was going through it and I'm pulling out a bunch of stuff that I didn't really understand what some of it was. As soon as this one came out though, out of that slot, I knew exactly what it was because I used to drive 71 914. It was actually my second car I ever had right out of high school. So as I pulled this out, instantly it keyed in what it was. It didn't really hit me because it was all dirty. It really didn't hit me everything that was cool about it though until I got it home. Okay, so when I got it home, I started cleaning it up and I was just amazed at the stickers. I'm kind of a vintage geek, right? I love old stuff. Obviously, we've talked about PIVO 15. I don't know what it means, but I'm thinking the 914 probably had a CB or something, and that was probably some sort of handle. If you know anything about it, let me know. Please drop it in the comments. But I just want to walk you through these stickers, right? So this was the first thing that I noticed that was pretty interesting about it is I mean, you got to think how small the cabin of a 914 is, and yet it's got defroster. It's got the rear window defrost grill or grid. So that was actually a pretty rare option that not a lot of people opted to get. But I want to walk you through the stickers. So you've got the Eiffel Tower, Belgium, Paris, Austria, Sweden, Copenhagen, Amsterdam, and then the Munich, the Olympic Stadium in Munich. And then, you know, so you just think of this 914, right? So there's only that 7-year window, 6.5-year window of production. So I don't know what this is out of, but just think of, I mean, it's a sticker from Sweden, right? And then you hit all the big places in mainland Europe, and it just thinking of touring in an early 70s Porsche 914, air cooled, you know, there's some Audubon time on there, I'm sure. But here's where it gets interesting. If you look at that top sticker, it says Pepins. That's actually in Juarez, Mexico. So here on New Mexico Desert Classics, right? We're only about 88 miles from El Paso, Texas, which is the border town shared with Juarez. That company is still in business. It's a maintenance shop. So if you think about this car, I'm thinking, you know, third generation Air Force NCO here, right? I'm thinking Air Force, Army, you know, stationed in Europe, bought the 914, cruised it all over, and then brought it back here, and probably at Fort Bliss down in El Paso, maybe here at Holloman Air Force Base or White Sands Missile Range. But I'm just thinking of that reaching out into Juarez to get it worked on at some point in its life, and then just trying to figure out how it ended up stuck into Bob's shelf. I'll never know. But to me, that is one of the coolest things that I own car-wise, is this window that was somebody else's adventure, right? You know, we talk about the view of the windshield and, you know, the open road. All of those stickers on the rear view are those memories that person put behind them. And I just think that is really cool. So thanks for joining me. And it reminded me that I need to tell you the story of the 911 and 356 wheels on the roof. Thanks again. Like, subscribe, and notify. And again, comment. I'd love if you know anything about the history of this, or any of the, you know, especially that Pepins or what PIVO 15 means. Please hit us up in the comments. Thanks again. Have a great day.